Hello everyone, it's Harry Sherrard here and welcome to my latest video that I'm shooting arising out of employment law implications in the current pandemic. Pleased to say that the narrative has now moved on. Our last webinar and my last several videos were about redundancies. Now hopefully we're going to be talking about return to work and various issues. Interesting question from a client arose regarding the wearing of face masks in the workplace. Became quite contentious actually. The employer wanted the employees to wear face masks on return to work, and the employees were pretty unkeen on doing that, and they objected. One of the bases on which they objected was they said, well, if you look at the government guidance, it does not mandate the requirement to wear masks on a return to work, and therefore you, the employer, you then can't make us do something that the government doesn't say that we have to do. Disagree with that actually. I sided very much with the employer in that situation. It's a bit of a red herring as to what the government guidance is in that kind of situation, because there are all kinds of workplace rules that the employer introduces and you have to abide by those rules if you want to work for that employer. It doesn't have to be backed up by legislation. So for example, there can be different aspects of a dress code or an appearance code, certain equipment that you use, certain ways of using equipment. They're all workplace rules, but they're not obviously backed up by a government rule. So I don't think that employees in that situation have a legitimate argument. On the contrary, I would say that it is a reasonable instruction from the employer if the employer feels that there is a potential benefit. I'm not a scientist, I'm not going to go into that in too much detail, but certainly from what I've read, there is an argument to say that masks do assist in limiting the spread of COVID-19, and it does, in my opinion, fall within the remit of a reasonable instruction from the employer to say, bringing you back to work, and I do want you to wear a mask whilst at work, and it therefore follows that if employees refuse to do that, you would be going into the territory of refusal to obey a reasonable instruction and therefore potential disciplinary. We will be running a webinar shortly, return to work, the legal and practical implications of returning to work. That'll be on Monday the 8th of June at 1300 hours. So if you'd like to attend that webinar, please email Sarah and ask to be put onto the list, and we will discuss masks, temperature checking and all sorts of other employment law and practical issues about returning to the workplace. So I look forward to seeing you on the webinar next Monday, the 8th of June. Thank you very much.